Hello everyone, I'm Elizabeth Shaw and this channel is all about the narcissistic personality disorder to give you more understanding of what you've been through, how you're feeling and how to recover from narcissistic abuse. This video is about why being around narcissists can affect your physical health and your physical health deteriorates around narcissistic people. Just to explain more of why this happens. Being in a relationship with a narcissist, be it an intimate partner, a family member, a boss or a work colleague, it is a highly stressful and hideous experience psychologically and physically. They are toxic with their continued games, leaving us uncertain of our own thoughts, actions and feelings. From the silent treatment, gaslighting, the love bombing, the devaluation and then the discard, the mental and possible physical violence from some, not only does it impact massively on our mental health, it takes a toll on our physical health also, even if it's only psychological abuse. As humans, one of the worst stresses we can experience is that in an interpersonal relationship with a manipulative narcissist. Mental abuse is one of the most painful experiences anyone can go through. Emotional mental abuse is hard to see and overcome, leaving deeply hidden scars we don't even know about to heal. A long-term relationship with a narcissist locks you into a path of confusion and loss of self. The narcissist is like a virus that infects every part of you. They are a parasite that comes to feed off your willingness to help and support, stealing your money, your home, your self-love, your self-worth, your self-trust, and your own reality, your mental health, even your physical health, plus so much more. The narcissist wants to extract maximum energy from you, which places you into fight, flight, freeze or fall mode. Most people in abusive relationships experience all four. Fight, especially in the beginning when it all starts to fall apart. As you've fallen in love, you believe they love you, you believe they care about you. You don't see that they are the enemy and out to hurt you. So you might stand your ground, still go out, still do things you enjoy doing, speak back, stand up for yourself and say no. These things you do are counteracted time and time again by the very person you believe cares about you, who is just using you and breaking down all your boundaries and so much more. The silent treatment is psychological abuse to control, punish, test boundaries, avoid responsibility, make you feel guilty. When they initiate the silent treatment, it's to cause us so much psychological pain that we start to question within our own minds what we did. Find reasons of why they are not talking to us. Start to blame ourselves. Look for what we've done wrong. The silent treatments make us slowly lose our self-worth and our reality, often doing all we can to make it up to them to avoid that pain. Now, good, genuine people who are genuinely hurt by someone might not have the words and fall silent. It is not used to punish others. They don't do it on a regular basis. Narcissistic people use it time and time again to punish and to control. We then in the future might go into the freeze mode. If we know by doing something that is a normal thing to do, it might cause a silent treatment, we freeze and start to question all the what ifs. Or we fawn completely, giving up on ourselves and giving in to the narcissist demands. And then we take flight when we realise something isn't right. When we know, we go. Gaslighting is psychological manipulation to distort our reality, our beliefs, our values, into the narcissist reality, beliefs and values. At first, we might fight those thoughts and that reality. As time passes, our natural defense mechanisms kick in and find it easier to fawn and give in, so it's less confusing in our minds. When in reality, this is actually working against us over a prolonged period of time. When something in us flicks a switch, light bulb moments start to happen. We take flight, go no contact, and start little by little putting our realities back together, highs and lows along the way, yet we make it through to brighter days. Arguments, or whether the narcissist is just in a bad mood for the sake of an argument, whether they are trying to stop you from doing something, if you have caught them out on something, have some evidence to question them, or they're just not getting their own way. There are lots of reasons why narcissistic people just love drama and to argue. At first, you might fight back. Sometimes we freeze, especially when their eyes go into that spine-chilling narcissistic stare. We might then fawn, walk on eggshells around them, fearing their actions towards us, so do all we can to please them and less to take care of ourselves. And most of us then just give up on ourselves and do whatever we can to help them. Then one day something happens and we take flight. They provoke you just so they can get a reaction when we fight back, so they can blame it all on you. Living in this mind state leaves us with anxieties, fears, and always under emotional stress, never knowing who they will be that day or the next moment or what might go wrong. We start living in a negative environment and it starts to rub off on us, playing heavily in our hearts, minds, and physical health. Being under constant fear and constant stress, as you are constantly worrying about what the narcissist might do next, what might happen next in your life, looking for ways to counteract it, then they offer that intermittent nice narcissist to you. So we again start to question our own minds as they are treating us so right again. So it must have been us, it can't be them, they're being nice now. Only for them to just spin it back round and treat us so wrong again. The cycle leaves our minds, hearts and souls conflicted and in emotional turmoil. Our bodies produce chemicals and release them into us. So many chemicals when in a relationship with a narcissist. The dopamine for the highs and the cortisol for the lows, plus so many more. The long-term physical and psychological stresses release chemicals, even perceived stress. And these chemicals cause all sorts of trauma bonding, difficulty in sleeping, digestive problems, depression, anxiety, adrenal fatigue, being more vulnerable to illnesses, complications with illnesses, and taking longer to recover from illnesses. You might, or most people that have been in a narcissistic relationship end up with so many health complications. You become so physically and psychologically out of touch, start to lose reality with the help of the narcissist gaslighting, which, as I said up above, further psychological abuse to distort our realities, question our own instincts, our thoughts and our feelings, leaving us with brain fog, confusion, that cognitive dissonance, where our beliefs clash with the evidence, yet the narcissist then distorts the evidence so it clashes with our realities, leaving us with extreme mental discomfort, extreme mental pain. Slowly you lose touch of reality, leaving us trapped and looking towards the narcissist for those reality checks of we've most often been isolated. Mostly we blame ourselves as we cut ourselves off to avoid the reactions from the narcissist, and with the narcissist's twisted words, they will find ways to make us blame ourselves. In reality, we were manipulated into cutting our loved ones out so the narcissist had further control over us and our realities. When our minds become drained and lacking in energy, our bodies take a massive hit, as it's our mind that subconsciously controls our bodies. If we want to walk, it's our mind that is programmed subconsciously to tell us how to do it and what to do. Our mind works on subconscious levels in so many ways to do those simple day-to-day tasks. Yet when it's been slowly reprogrammed on a subconscious level in a negative, devastating way, we cannot even see that it's happening to us. When so much more is happening within our minds, it becomes increasingly harder to do those day-to-day things that used to be so natural to us. Our minds are heavily weighted down, and so are our bodies. The narcissist will use this against you, constantly putting you down. You're not capable, you're so lazy, why don't you just make an effort? When you are trying your absolute best in a situation and extremely difficult circumstances to do your best, yet you just cannot see clearly enough to see what's truly happening to you. When we have so much going off in our minds, we start to lose touch of the things, as it's just been overloaded and heavily weighted down, making it increasingly hard to do the things that we need to do. Removing narcissistic people from our lives, working on us and letting it all go. Each step we take, our mind becomes a little clearer, a little lighter, making it a little easier to make the next step until we achieve massive success and let the past go. Usually there is dark clouds from time to time. This is just to remind you of how far you have come and how grateful that you are. You're no longer in that negative, destructive place. Life does get hard at times. We have to learn to grow through it and find the lessons and leave the mistakes behind. As you go to the Narcissist 4 reality checks and your mind's been programmed to think a certain way, it makes it very difficult to see what's truly happening whilst you are living it, and very difficult to leave. As you are a sympathetic and caring person with empathy towards others, you become stuck in a cycle of changing yourself time and time again, trying your best to help them whilst they are slowly destroying you and devaluing you and then discarding you. Then love bombing you again, just to devalue and discard you again. Leaving you believing it's your fault, trauma bonding and willing to take them back when they come for the hoover. Then one day we wake to realise we were never in a relationship. We were in a hostage situation of mental and sometimes physical warfare. That we need to change our direction and fast away from the narcissist and start looking forwards and freeing ourselves from them so we can begin to heal ourselves. You might have been diagnosed with all sorts of illnesses and been taking all sorts of medications. I became so ill over a 2-year period, getting hit with one thing after another and taking a long time to recover. At one point, my ex was that determined I was depressed and took me so many times to go on antidepressants. I didn't take them because I believed I was just stressed, but he was slowly starting to win. He was taking me under slowly over time. It wasn't until he said he could help by if I just signed the house over, it would take everything away from me. Luckily, I did still have in touch with my mother, who convinced me not to do it. And I didn't do it, yet I still couldn't see what was happening to me. Years of doctors and hospital visits from pneumonia, pleurisy, fainting, food poisoning, and so many more. Someone actually once joked at the time that they were poisoning me. Now, the narcissist might or might not have physically been poisoning me. I wouldn't put anything past them. They were most certainly poisoning my mind against myself. Be aware, some of your health problems may well be down to the relationship you are in or those people that are around you. Once you get out safely, you can take the steps to overcome these and move forward to a much happier, much healthier life. First is getting out. You're allowed to grieve. It's normal. Writing out the truths to help put reality back in. Then looking for things you enjoy. What do you truly enjoy? And making that a hobby. Starting new routines. Work to master your abilities in the things that you enjoy doing. Something that makes you want to get out of bed and start living. Find something, anything for you to focus on whilst you heal. Your mind will become clearer. Most health problems will heal. Tell yourself you can and then show yourself that you will. If you're still in anger and resentment, it's fine. Most people go through anger and resentment. Then use any anger towards your ex to kickstart you off. The best revenge is living well. Once you start achieving more and more and more for you, clearing your mind of all that baggage, focusing on the why, dreaming up the future in your mind of what you want for you now, and then taking those steps to help you find a way. If you have your why and you have your dreams, you will become more driven to find that way. Setbacks, mistakes, failures along the way are allowed. It's what makes us human. Just learn from them and go again. You can and you will recover from this. Now, I know it's extremely difficult and extremely hard when you're very first coming out of it. It is extremely painful. I know that feeling. But it is a moment in time, which you might not want to hear right now if you're in that place. But it is, I promise you, it is a moment in time. And as soon as you start looking inwards, as soon as you start creating a new life for you, creating new dreams for you, working on you, finding the people to help you help yourself, that is the time that things start getting brighter each and every day. Now, life is hard. Things are going to come back and they're going to knock you down sometimes, and then it's all about getting yourself back up, getting yourself back out there, learning who you are, creating who you are, finding the things that bring you joy and bring you happiness, looking for the things to be grateful for, looking for achievements that you've made in the past to show yourself that you can and you will do it again. If anyone's got anything they want any more information on, please add it in the comments. There is no wrong way or right way to heal from this. With good intentions, there is only your way. So just find the things that work for you. Please add in the comments things that have worked for you, because you might just help that one other person. You might help 100 other people find a method that works for them to help them heal and recover from this. Thank you for listening. Bye.